Sorry about that. I had to go find my phone. Anyways, I'm gonna recap the last paragraph here. You point to shaky. Actually, hold on. I think I still have. Let me be right back, because I have to jump into options real quick. I think I still left voices on from my last test stream. I did. Those are gonna get distracting. They're still broken. They'll never be fully fixed. All right, take two. Take two. You point a shaky finger towards Mr. Idekin, who stands near the entrance, his expression unreadable. I think we're back to our own reality. Look, there's Mr. Idekin, you stammer, hoping to regain some semblance of control over this bizarre situation. Olivia follows your gaze, her expression softening slightly as she takes in the familiar form of the pterodactyl. A sigh escapes her, a sound that mixes relief with lingering disapproval. Well, at least it's something familiar, though I'm not entirely convinced that's a good thing. Given our last encounter with him, she glances back at the gaping portal and the swirling chaos it has left behind. So what now? Thinko? Are we going to ask Mr. Idekin for a pep talk, or are we going to continue this adventure? Her eyes narrow again. Because frankly, I'm not sure I could take much more of your lightening the mood tactics. Alright, so we left off on Gaping Portal. Yeah, that makes sense. The portal still lingers. And then, we have a quick time event. Calmly access the Forgotten Arts Room, hoping for clues. I mean, we're already in here. Demand answers from Mr. Idekin about the portal. Casually offer Olivia a lint roller for her mood. Oh god. Is it because we have lint rollers equipped? Hold on. Yeah, we need to find some new items. Alright. We'll just demand Mr. Idekin. He knows too much. Give me a moment. Hold on. There we go. Only one person. Very nice. It's probably me. Alright, zoom. You steel yourself, pushing past your own disquiet, and stride towards Mr. Idekin, the faint aroma of pipe tobacco and old parchment drawing you closer. Mr. Idekin, you announce, your voice echoing a little too loudly in the silent room. What was that portal? Where did it lead? You know where it led to, buddy. You came from it. And why hasn't it mentioned? And why wasn't it mentioned in the syllabus? Mr. Idekin turns, his avian eyes narrowing, the hint of frustration in his expression deepening. He takes a long, deliberate drag from his pipe, the embers glowing like tiny, malevolent eyes. Some things, Thinko, he replies, his voice a low rumble, are not meant for idle curiosity. That was a temporary inconvenience. As for the syllabus, I would advise you to stay in class. He exhales a plume of smoke. Why is he smoking in school? It just hit me. He's fucking smoking in school, which momentarily obscures his face. You press, ignoring his dismissive tone. God damn it. Fuck. Hold on.
Well, that is just
Jodie Foster too, but it's just gonna help us open some more.
we don't want him to say, particularly on the back. The back scenario.
Well, I talked to Jodie, she said, well, Ian was gonna make it hot with the other. Yeah, I call it. It's so it's raining now for me.
Oh, that's Anthony Hill.
Oh, it's just now. Wait, what did I? What is that? Oh, it's not. Absolutely. Are you? How come?
Yeah,
Oh, it's not. It's probably like reading something. Thank you. It's originally for Neil and actually, yeah. Oh, really? That's really great. You have to go down to Town and get some stuff and go and buy some stuff because it could possibly be.
it could be one of many ways.
Yes, they do. No, I don't know money.
I have not been there before. I mean, I have not seen it. For women. This team's so This girl in green uniform.
It all depends on what happens.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's
Sure.
tell me, do you have a show that the
Body. Well, that is just
Jodie Foster too, but it's just gonna help us open some more.
we don't want him to say, particularly on the back. The back scenario.
Well, I talked to Jodie, she said, well, Ian was gonna make it hot with the other. Yeah, I call it. It's so it's raining now for me.
Oh, that's Anthony Hill.
Now?
Oh, that's Anthony Hill.
Oh, it's just now. Wait, what did I? What is that? Oh, it's not. Absolutely. Are you? How come?
Yeah,
Oh, it's not. It's probably like reading something. Thank you. It's originally for Neil and actually, yeah. Oh, really? That's really great. You have to go down to Town and get some stuff and go and buy some stuff because it could possibly be.
it could be one of many ways.
Yes, they do. No, I don't know money.
I have not been there before. I mean, I have not seen it. For women. This team's so This girl in green uniform.
It all depends on what happens.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's insurance.
Sure.
Tell me, do you have a show that
Body. Well, that is just
Jodie Foster too, but it's just gonna help us open some more.
we don't want him to say, particularly on the back. The back scenario.
Well, I talked to Jodie, she said, well, Ian was gonna make it hot with the other. Yeah, I call it. It's so it's raining now for me.
Oh, that's Anthony Hill.
I apologize for that. Oh, sometimes family is annoying. Anyways, let me clear up my fucking browser. It's not like anyone was watching anyway, so fuck it. Uh, there we go. Clean that shit up. Where did I leave off? If I'm gonna get another phone call, I'm gonna just leave it on read. Cause I did what was asked for me. Um, takes a deliberate drag from his pipe, the embers glowing like tiny malevolent eyes. Some things, Thinko, he replies, his voice a low rumble, are not meant for idle curiosity. That was a temporary inconvenience. As for the syllabus, I would advise you to stay in class. He exhales a plume of smoke, which momentarily obscures his face. You press, ignoring his dismissive tone. But Lunara, she was taken into that portal. No, Lunara died. We have to know where she is. Mr. Edekin's brow furrows further. Not Edekin. Disregard that. That portal was from Kiara's ass. And we left the prison that... Who was it? Well, it's not like I'm gonna have chat help me. Chat's dead. Fuck, what? Who was it that we killed? I don't think the story will say anything. Story, give me my zoom. Summaries. No. Key points, story turns. Oh, that's just what happened. Final prompt. Oh, that's the prompt. So none of this is helping. Hey, Senator. I don't know, I forgot the lore. Me too, it's because fucking plans. I was supposed to play this earlier, but Wombo went to go take a shit. That we got put into when we watched Mia die. Let me look at... Well, too late. Too late, I already pressed enter. Sorry if I'm in a downer mood. I just got off the phone with someone who's not in a good headspace right now, and I have to deal with the brunt. Alright, You disregard his attempts to silence you. Your mind a whirlwind of chaotic thought. You take a step closer to the pterodactyl. His disapproval is a tangible presence in the room. Disregard that, you blurt. The portal was from Kiara's ass, and we left the prison that we got put into when we watched Mia die. A beat of silence hangs in the air, thick and heavy, as the words sink into Mr. Idekin's eyes. Mr. Idekin's eyes widen, a flicker of genuine surprise crossing his features. He sputters, a puff of smoke escaping his beak. Kiara... The first... It's not that, fucking Mia died, it's like, Kiara's ass? He repeats, his voice laced with disbelief. He shakes his head, clearly flustered by your bluntness. Thinko, you have a remarkable knack for the inappropriate... It's not inappropriate, it's what happened. It's not inappropriate. It's what happened. And Mia died. She's no more. You press on, unable to stem the tide of your own frantic thoughts. It's not appropriate, it's what happened, and Mia died. She's no more, you exclaim, your voice cracking with raw emotion you rarely allow yourself to show. Mr. Edekin recoils, taking a step back, as if struck. He stumbles slightly, his composure momentarily shattered. His gaze darts towards the gaping portal. That's a poor choice of words. It's now hitting. Then back to you, a mixture of annoyance and something akin to sympathy. Mia's passing is a tragedy. He finally concedes, his voice softer now, but your reckless impulsiveness has only compounded the situation. You need to remain focused. He gestures with his pipe towards the center of the room, towards the whispering loom, then pointedly at Olivia, his gaze lingering on her for a beat. You should prioritize delivering the supplies to Olivia, and then we can talk about what to do next. Actually, where was it? Where did we go to? Was it this that had, Actually, we could probably look at the map, right? Now, Mia's here. So if we go to the endless, we could just convince... We need Mr. Idekin's help. I can show you what happened to Mia. We just need to jump into the whispering loons. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Like before. Should have at least turned Mia's corpse into a designer bag. Oh, it gave me a QuickTime event, and I ignored it. Alright, what do we got? You can't help yourself. The words tumble out before you can fully consider the consequences. I could show you what happened to Mia. You blurt out, gesturing wildly towards the gaping portal. We just need to jump into the whispering loom like before. Mr. Idekin's expression shifts, his eyes narrowing. He opens his mouth to protest, but before he can speak, a flash of movement catches your eye. Olivia, her face a mask of controlled fury, rolls her eyes and pushes towards you. Are you insane? She spits. You're going to drag us into that thing again? She casts a pointed look at a at the now quiet portal. We're not doing that. And no, Mr. Edekin, we are not doing that. Zoom, you can go away. Whispering loom. There is no location. It's a thing. Hesitantly question Mr. Edekin about the portal. We already did that. Attempt to calm Olivia with a compliment. Casually try to borrow the whispering loom. Let's just try and calm down Olivia. She's not on our side right now, really. Minor failure, of course. You try to quell Olivia's anger. Hey, I know this is stressful, but you you look great today, you stammer, gesturing towards her. That that blue is really working for you. You give her a weak thumbs up. Olivia's scowl deepens. She glances down at her scales and then back at you. Her expression unchanged. Wait. Her scales. You think so? I just thought I looked like a giant grumpy reptile. Her voice drips with sarcasm. You wince, realizing your attempt at a compliment has only poured more fuel on the fire. That's not what I meant, you plead, but your words are lost in the gathering storm of her frustration. Got that Thinko Riz. Anyways, Mr. Let me squint. I need you to come with me. We Together, together can take down what killed Mia. All right. Zoom, please. Anyways, Mr. Edekin, I need you to come with me. Together we can take down what killed Mia. You announce, your voice resonating with forced confidence. You straighten your blue coat, trying to project an image of leadership. Mr. Edekin narrows his eyes. Noticed, I need to zoom out a bit. Why is it at 300? There we go. Narrows his eyes, his gaze piercing. He takes a long drag from his unlit pipe. He's far gone. The gesture slow and deliberate. You presume too much, Thinko, he finally says, his voice raspy. You speak of events you cannot possibly comprehend. My concern for the safety of this academy, not your reckless pursuits. Olivia snorts, folding her arms. See, he agrees with me. You sigh, defeated. The pterodactyl clearly has no intention of joining your quest. You're on your own. Oh, I can convince him. Can I get rid of... Hold on. I hit that. Okay, there we go. If you ignore this, more students will disappear into the whispering loom and die. That'll convince him. Everyone's hating me today. Mostly just Olivia. Minor failure. We're not even going to get this. You ignore Olivia's muttering and press on. If you ignore this, more students will disappear into the whispering loom and die. The words burst from you, fueled by a sudden, unsettling fear. You try to maintain your composure, but your voice cracks slightly, betraying the tremor in your hands. Mr. Edekin's eyes widen ever so slightly. His usual plasticity momentarily broken, a flicker of something akin to guilt crosses his face. However, the moment is fleeting. He takes another drag from his unlit pipe, and then slowly exhales. Thinko, he says, your voice laced with weariness that you haven't noticed before. You speak of things you do not understand. Death is a natural part of life. I cannot concern myself with every tragedy. He turns away, beginning to dust off his coat. You feel a surge of frustration, but Olivia's sarcastic laughter cuts through the room, causing you to lose your train of thought. Dude's just overlooking it. How can you overlook students disappearing? I should report you for negligence. Probably spelt that wrong. I'll go through a spell checker real quick. Well, thank you, chair above me, for scraping on the floor again. Thank you, neighbor. Very loud neighbor. Yes, I did spell it wrong. Thank you, spell check. Alright. What's roll call looking like? 4 people, that's not bad. Alrighty. You swivel towards Mr. Edekin, your carefully constructed facade of coolness crumbling. How can you overlook students disappearing? I should report you for negligence. The words tumble out, a desperate attempt to shake him from his indifference. He pauses, his back still to you, and the air hangs thick with unspoken tension. For a moment, silence reigns, broken only by the faint, rhythmic thump-thump of the whispering loom. Then, slowly, he turns, his avian eyes narrowed. A flicker of something almost angry flits across his features before he speaks. his voice a low rasp. Do so, if you must, Thinko. His gaze, once distant, now locks onto yours. Report me and see what good it does you. The university has its own ways of handling issues, he sighs. He then gestures towards to Olivia. Perhaps you consider her safety before playing hero. Damn, this guy does not give a fuck. Demand answers from Mr. Ideken about the university's practices. Apologize to Olivia, hoping to earn a semblance of trust. Attempt a dramatic fashion show using the Whispering Loom's threads. God. Demand answers. Why not? We haven't done a quick time in a while. Alright. You can't back down. I'm not concerned about myself. What practices? What are you covering up? You demand, stepping closer. Your voice rising in volume, Mr. Ideken's beak tightens, a muscle flexing in his cheek. He glances at Olivia and then back at you, his expression unreadable. The university has methods, he admits, his voice softening slightly. Methods of containment, of damage control. Things happen, Thinko. We protect the students that we can, and we minimize the fallout. He pauses, his gaze drifting towards the gaping portal. Sometimes, he continues, his voice barely a whisper, the price of order is sacrifice. The revelation, though vague, sends a chill crawling up your spine. You press further. Sacrifice? What kind of sacrifice? Probably let it go on. Mr. Ideken's on his villain arc. He saw what happened to his former self in fucking what is it, Purple Stank, and he's like, nope, we're not going down that again. Alright. The Keeper of Secrets shifts, her gaze sharp. Enough, she rumbles, her voice like a scraping of stone on stone. You tread dangerous paths, young Thinko. The loom is not a toy. It claims those who seek its secrets with reckless abandon. She gestures to the massive woven frame of the whispering loom, its threads humming with unseen energy. Mia's fate, it serves as a warning. The threads, they unravel, and with them so do lives. She sighs, her ancient eyes clouded with sorrow. Do not invite yourself to the same conclusion. Olivia, still bristling, glares at you. See, even she knows you're playing with fire, she snaps, her voice a low growl. She rolls her massive baryonyx eyes at you. You're so focused on your stupid fashion design career. I'm focused on my fashion design career. Throughout this whole playthrough, I've done nothing fashion related except comment on your fucking style, dude. Now you can't see the bigger picture. She shifts her weight, her earthy form groaning slightly. Can we just go? I'm tired of this creepy room. Well, I guess you were never really friends with Mia, huh? Just keep pissing her off. Well, it seems like we're getting derailed from going back to Mia, so what should we do? Who should we conjure up next, Ben? Alright. Keeper of secrets like that, but Olivia disliked it. You turn to Olivia, your hands raised in a gesture of peace. Well, I guess you were never really friends with Mia, huh? You venture, trying to lighten the mood. Olivia's face contours in a mix of anger and pain. Her hardened earth feature... She's not made of earth. She just has the clay still on her from fucking making the fucking golem. Tightening. She sucks in a breath that says, "That's not fair." Her voice cracks, so a sliver of stony facade around her eyes breaks. She seems less like the hardened statue and more like a vulnerable baryonyx. You can now see that her eyes are watering. She was the only one who didn't treat me like I was different. She bullied me like everyone else. A single tear traces a path down her cheek, leaving a muddy streak on her face. The keeper of secrets, her expression softening, seems to show compassion for the first time. So we're just gonna let her corpse stay there. How do I word this? And she's dead, and her killer is still alive, haunting this very school through the loom. Man, Olivia is fucking bipolar. Minor success. Okay, you press your lips into a thin line, hesitating, and she died, and her killer is still alive, haunting this very school through the loom. You blurt out, your words spilling out before you can stop them. The phrase hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken dread. Olivia flinches, the tears now flowing freely, washing away the dirt on her face. She lets out a choked sob, her body trembling. The keeper of secrets, in a rare display of emotion, reaches out a weathered hand towards Olivia, offering a comforting touch. Kai watches the exchange with a flicker of genuine interest in his eyes. The unsettling calmness gone. The forgotten tapestry seems to shimmer faintly, almost as if reacting to the tension in the room. How much is that chair gonna fucking go back and forth? I swear it happens every time I go to stream. Never when I'm not streaming. Only when I'm streaming that chair goes back and forth. Olivia always hates it. We need to go back. Everyone here. We can outnumber her. Outnumber the killer. Outnumber Mia's killer. And at least bring Mia back to be buried. I don't know. Let's roll with it. You take a step towards Olivia, your voice hushed with newfound determination. We need to go back, you say, your gaze locking on with hers. Everyone here, we can outnumber Mia's killer and at least bring Mia back to be buried. You pause, searching her face for any sign of agreement. Olivia sniffles, wiping her eyes with the back of her hand, but the anger comes to have partly subsided. The keeper of secrets nods slowly, her eyes meeting yours. A flicker of something like respect crosses her usually stoic features. The loom's threads are treacherous, she warns, her voice a low rumble, but perhaps there's a way to mitigate the danger. Kai shifts his weight, leaning forward slightly, his gaze intent. He seems to be anticipating your next move. A silent observer of the unfolding drama, you take a breath and nod, emboldened by the support. Mitigate the dangers of the loom's thread. Are you up for... how do I word this? Will you come assist us? You turn to Kai, your voice steady despite the tremors of uncertainty in your chest. Will you come assist us, you ask, meeting his gaze head on. His expression remains unreadable for a moment, the scales on his brow shifting slightly as he possesses your words. A slow smile curves his lips, a predatory glint igniting in his eyes. He straightens, his tall form looming over you. It seems, he says, His voice a low rasp, that things are about to get interesting. He turns towards the door, pausing to glance back at you and Olivia. Lead the way, he commands, his voice laced with a hint of amusement. The Keeper of Secrets offers a subtle nod, a silent acknowledgement of the alliance. Olivia, though still weary, seems to perk up slightly, a flicker of hope returning into her eyes. Okay, so we get him. I'll take him. And we'll go back through the Endless Meadows. We're back. Wait, is Mia? Mia's alive. Didn't Mia die the last time? Here we are. Alright. You turn to Kai, the cool air prickling at your exposed skin. Here we are, you announce, your voice echoing slightly in the vast space. Kai's gaze sweeps over the shimmering threads, his scale brow furrowing once more, but this time with a hint of excitement. He takes a step forward, his clawed feet crunching softly on the woven ground. Olivia, still beside you, lets out a snort, her earthen features unreadable, but you can feel the anticipation that she has for whatever you are about to do next. The threadbare oracle flickers with a newfound luminescence, its spectral form seeming to pulse with the energy of the meadows. The weaver's ghost recoils slightly as Kai moves towards the loom, its form wavering, as if threatened. The loom tender, its woven body still, remains an unsettling presence, its gaze fixed on the chaotic dance of possibilities. Mia's glyphs begin to glow brighter as she seems to have renewed trust for you. I guess Mia is still alive. Mia like that. Woven ground. Okay, we'll bring in some woven ground. I guess we'll is that Mia in the distance? She's still alive. As I bump the mic. You turn towards Olivia, your voice barely a whisper. Is that Mia in the distance? She's still alive. Words feel strange on your tongue. A mix of hope and disbelief. Olivia's stony face softens imperceptibly. She follows your gaze, her eyes narrowing as she focuses on a distant point within the shimmering threads. A faint ethereal form resembling a smaller, more fragmented version of Mia flickers near the horizon. The tiny figure appears to be trying to reach something, its light dimming and glowing with the rhythm of the loom. Kai steps closer, his attention now focused on the same distant spot. A small, almost silent whimper escapes Olivia's lips. Alright. Wow, Olivia liked that for once. Let's see what happens. You take a step forward, and the woven ground yields slightly beneath your weight, each fiber humming with an unseen energy. You catch a glimpse of the weaver's workbench, its surface now scarred with the marks of your previous struggles. But the spindle sits untouched, the mirror of reflections still hangs still, its surface reflecting the chaotic beauty of the meadow. The air around you thickens, charged with the residue of the weaver's ghost's final desperate attack. You can feel the pull of the loom, a magnetic force that seems to draw you forward, promising both answers and danger. We have to reach her, you say, your voice resonating with a newfound determination. You turn to the loom tender, seeking a way, but his woven face remains impassive. The silence offering no comfort, the oracle flickers brighter, and you understand you must navigate the shifting landscape, confront the echoes of the past, and somehow reach Mia before the loom consumes her. You have a choice to make. Do you go forward or do you stay back? Reach Mia before the loom consumes her. Venture forth, braving the threads towards Mia's echo. Examine the weaver's workbench for forgotten tools. Complain about the mud on Olivia's face. Olivia, you're so fucking filthy right now. Don't you ever take a shower? I realize I'm like going to die again because I've not been paying attention to my health. You take a step, each footfall a struggle against the woven ground. The threads shift beneath you and the colors of the meadow blur. As you press on, you extend your hand towards Mia's luminous glyphs, your fingers brushing against the cold, ethereal starlight that forms her. A wave of energy washes over you, and for a moment the world seems to warp. You lunge forward, but the distance remains, the echoes of the past refusing to yield. The loom seems to shift, closing the gap, but then a spectral thread snags your coat, pulling you back, the scent of dust and forgotten memories filling your nostrils. You stumble, your momentum broken, and the image of Mia flickers, her form becoming more fragmented, her glyphs dimming again. I got nothing. There's not even a face on him in that one, I don't think. Lore accurate Inko? See if we can call out to Mia. Mia, you shout, your voice a desperate plea across the shimmering expanse. The sound hangs in the air, a fragile thread against the overwhelming silence of the meadow. Her glyphs seem to flicker at the sound of your voice, her form wavering as if struggling to maintain its coherence. You push forward again, ignoring the pull of the spectral thread, and force your way towards her form. You try to make eye contact, but it's difficult, as she stares intently towards the other side of the looming abyss. The loom seems to respond to your call. The woven ground beneath your feet becoming unstable, the colors swirl, creating an almost blinding pattern, and the air around you grows colder. Mia slightly like that. Mia is suffering from the effects of echoing dissociation. Endless meadow of shimmering threads is the woven ground is becoming unstable. Alright. Let it go. Doesn't even say she's a parasort. I should probably edit that. Though I don't think I have the... I have the transforming... fabrication... Yeah, I don't have the green stuff. Alright. You take another step, your legs feeling heavy as if wading through thick syrup. The shimmering threads twist and writhe around your ankles, trying to ensnare you, but you fight against the pull. The image of Mia glows clearer with each step, her luminous form reaching for something. You strain to see what it is, your vision blurring from the exertion. You can see now a faint, almost imperceptible light, pulsing on the other side of the rift. It beckons her forward, and by extension you. A voice, often barely audible, brushes against your ear. She cannot cross alone. The threadbare oracle materializes beside you, her spectral form shimmering with 1,000 fragmented reflections. The loom demands a price, a sacrifice of self. You glance at Olivia, her muddy face streaked with fresh tears, watching you with a mixture of fear and desperate hope. You look at Kai, who nods slowly, his eyes betraying a flicker of understanding. You know what the price is. New thing, Rift. Okay. And we got another quick time event. Touch Mia's hand, bracing for the loom's embrace. Implore the loom tender for an alternative solution. Attempt a jaunty jig to distract the looming thread. Well, I guess we're going to be locked into the Mia route. Goodbye, Olivia. You reach for Mia, ignoring the tendrils that now lash at your arms, pulling you back. Your fingers brush against hers, a fleeting touch. And then you clasp her hand. A jolt, like 1,000 needles, pierces your body. Or did I die? No, I did. I got healed. Okay. As the loom embraces you, the ground beneath you vanishes. A vortex of color and light engulfs you. You are falling, spinning, and then a sense of calm washes over you as you feel Mia's hands grip yours tighter. The world shifts, and you see yourself in a new dimension, the Weaver's ghost standing tall and Mia whole. So Mia was healed. Endless meadow of shimmering threads. The woven ground is becoming unstable. I was healed. You are a loom-touched soul bound to the Weaver's will. Move to location, new dimension. Okay. Let's go. But my allies are coming with me. I don't think Mia's going to be coming with me, though. It's thinking... Thinko was AI roguelike the entire time. I wonder if it... Oh, okay, I thought it was going to glitch out again. Silent Collector. Weaver's Echo. Okay, Mia is here. Weaver's Ghost. Memory Golems and Thread Wraiths. We're all here. Alright. Let the AI have a chance to get settled. You land hard on your knees. The impact... apparently I got healed from it. The impact jarring through your bones. The air is heavy, thick with the scent of dust and something else. Something floral and coalying. You're in a vast expanse of swirling colors. The sky a canvas of brushed purples and angry oranges. Before you stretch, a landscape of broken threads and discarded spools. A testament to a forgotten craft. You know what? I'm like double... No, I'm not double zoomed in. It's just... The zoomer likes to like... when I move the zoom more to the right, it gets smaller. The Weaver's Ghost, its tapestry form now bearing your defiant marks, looms before you, its colors shifting, a volatile mix of anger and grudging respect. Mia, whole and radiant, stands beside it, her starlight form now a vibrant beacon against the swirling chaos. Kai is beside you, his tall frame towering over you, his gaze taking in the scene. This place, he breathes, his scaled brow furrowed. It's like the loom itself, but different. His eyes scan the horizon, a predatory glint in them. He straightens, his hands instinctively going to his side, as if ready to draw a weapon. Are we moving again? Why are we moving? Move to location loom. No, we're not at the loom. Apparently I healed for some reason, even though I should be hurting. Swirling colors. We're in a world within a world within a world. That's basically what I'm getting from this. I should have added a rap G in there. I keep forgetting we're Thinko. You push yourself to your feet, wincing as your muscles protest. You brush the dust off of your blue thin coat and smooth your... Now I'm taking damage, now that I bitched about it. And smooth your dark gray pants, your designer sunglasses reflecting the chaotic scene. We're in a world within a world within a world, you say, your voice a little raspy. It felt like you could still feel the loom's lingering energy. Kai turns to you. Oh, we're being attacked. Oh, wait, no, that's the damage we took. His head cocks slightly. He studies you for a moment. Assessing, explain, he demands, his voice flat. His eyes flit to Mia, who offers him a small, encouraging smile. He seems to relax a bit. You take a deep breath, trying to organize your thoughts. Okay. Well, we started in the arts room, where we went through the Whispering Loom to end up where Mia was at. And with Mia, now we're in the world within the loom, or whatever. The world within the loom's world. I don't know. Sounds like all garbly gook. Well, we started in the arts room, you begin, gesturing vaguely with one hand, where we went through the Whispering Loom to end up where Mia was at, and with Mia, now we're in the world within the Loom's world. You run a hand over your bald head. A frustrated sigh escapes you. Or maybe it's the world of the Loom's world. Whatever, the point is, things have escalated. We're not in Kansas anymore. You shoot a look to Olivia, who's still silently surveying the area. You can't tell what she's thinking. Her expression is fixed. Kai's predatory glint intensifies, and he cracks his knuckles, making a soft pop sound. I didn't know mages crack their knuckles, but okay. Navigate the fractured marketplace. Marketplace? World within the loom's world? No, we're still here. Rap G. This... I hope we can find a way back at least. Yes, keep scraping your chair. I love it. Don't invest in carpets or anything. Or rugs. Bro, what is this? This is AI roguelike. We're having fun. Rap G, I hope we can find a way back at least, you say, directing the words to Kai. You shift your weight, feeling the tension in your legs. Kai's gaze flicks back to you, and back to the Weaver's echo, which is now moving with a strange fluidity, as if swimming through the air. He seems to consider your words for a moment, a thoughtful frown creasing his brow. The exit is not my primary concern, he replies, his voice laced with a hint of steel. Our survival is the priority. And perhaps, he adds, his eyes gleaming with a flicker of excitement, the discovery of this place's secrets. He gestures towards the Weaver's ghost, now slowly unfurling like a giant shimmering curtain. There are wonders to behold here, Thinko. This world, it has possibilities. You nod slowly, understanding. Survival, yes, but the allure of the unknown is a powerful motivator. Your fingers instinctively reach for your faded sketchbook, a habit you had since childhood. Let's talk to Mia. Mia, how are you feeling? We're not in Kansas anymore. This is Arkansas. We've forgotten to see how Mia's holding up. I realize the area level is 10 and we're level 5. You turn your attention to Mia, who is now standing near the shattered mirror, her form wavering slightly. The miniature versions of herself within the loom flicker frantically, as if struggling to remain. Something broke. You clear your throat, trying to sound reassuring, and say, Mia, how are you feeling? Her luminous glyphs pulse with a blend of gratitude and lingering fear. She lifts a hand, a translucent gesture in her voice, though a mere echo responds. The sacrifice, it was necessary. I am changed. The threads of her being seem to shimmer, as if they're still in flux. The Weaver's ghost looms behind her, its many colors still vibrant, but now marked by your defiance. She manages a weak smile, a testament to her resilience. Thank you, Thinko, she whispers, her voice barely audible, for everything. A shattered mirror has been destroyed. Well, I mean, it's a shattered mirror. You can't break it anymore, but apparently it's destroyed. Amulet of Fractured Reflection. Alright, is that something I can put on? Yes, I'm going to equip it. Oh wait, what did I take off? Crimson Stained Scarf. Oh, I realized my fucking abilities are gone. All of my where'd my abilities go? Or did we have abilities? I forget. Fuck. I don't... Because I remember doing a test run completely different, and I might be thinking about that instead. Unleash Thought. Alright. What if I unleash thought on myself? We're gonna think about ourselves. Let's see. I am changed. People who don't know. People who know. Oh no, she's the changed video game. We have to kill her. We have to kill her. Oh, alright, what we got? You take a deep breath, focusing your thoughts. You push aside the swirling chaos of the that healed me. Ephemeral echoes, the looming threat of the Weaver's ghost, and the ever-present weight of Olivia's disapproval. You close your eyes, channeling the energy you've been cultivating since you awoke in the strange realm. You visualize a clear, concise thought, a beacon of mental force, and you unleash it upon yourself. A wave of tingling energy surges through your body, momentarily freezing you in place. The air around you shimmers, distorting the light. The effect isn't physical, yet you feel a clarity, a sharp focus you haven't experienced since before you can... Wait. Since before you fell into the loom. The world sharpens. Details that were once blurry become vividly clear. You can almost feel the individual threads of reality vibrating around you. It's like a reset, and you're prepared to continue. Full fucking recovery. Olivia disliked that. Of course she did. Why did you come to the loom, Mia? You turn to Mia, who stands beside the Weaver's ghost. Her luminous glyphs pulse with renewed energy, but a shadow lingers in her eyes. Why did you come to the loom, Mia? You ask. Your voice steady despite the turmoil within you. Yeah, I just got done thinking, buddy. Mia takes a step, the ethereal fabric of her being rustling softly. She looks down at her hands and then back up at you. I sought power. Of course you would, Mia, she says, her voice a delicate chime. The ability to manipulate the very threads of creation. I was foolish. Her gaze drifts towards the Weaver's ghost, a figure of silent judgment. I understand the price, she then adds, but your sacrifice, it has given me a second chance. I will make amends, she pauses, then turns her focus towards the Weaver's ghost, and the silent collector, her posture shifts to one of resolve and determination. Her lips begin to pulse faster and brighter. The loom. We're inside the loom. So what's first on the chopping block? They go charging up like a Super Saiyan with his thoughts. That's hilarious. You turn to Mia, a sardonic smile playing at your lips, and ask, "So what's first on the chopping block?" The words hang in the air, a challenge amidst the swirling chaos. You watch Mia's face for a reaction. Her expression hardens, her glowing lips flare with intensity. She turns to the Weaver's ghost, her gaze filled with a steely resolve. Mia raises a hand, and a thread of light, a shimmering filament of pure energy, snatches from the Weaver's ghost, which recoils slightly. "The Collector," Mia declares, her voice now filled with purpose. "We dismantle its tools of control first." The Weaver's ghost reacts, shifting its form, colors morphing and churning in a display of disapproval. Its gaze is directed towards you, then down towards the silent Collector, who remains perfectly still. The Collector lifts its needle-tipped claws. Oh, we are in a fight. So, Thread Wraith's not here. Memories Golem not here. So it's Weaver's... No, not even where's it? The Weaver's Ghost and who? The Silent Collector? Silent Collector, yeah. So Mia like that. Weaver's Ghost is like that. Weaver's Ghost is linked and drained of vital essence. Dismantled the Collector's tools of control. Silent Collector. Alright, let's do this. We're 800. Alright. Are we gonna think? We're gonna think. You take a deep breath, drawing in swirling energy of the ephemeral echoes. You focus, pushing aside the swirling anxieties that, well, that scratched him a bit, usually cloud your mind. The world sharpens, the cacophony of the market fades, and a weave of clarity washes over you. With a surge... Oh, I took half health. Surge of mental power, you unleash your thoughts. The power erupts from you, a blinding flash that throws the Weaver's ghost back. A momentary respite, the silent Collector, caught in a torrent of energy, stumbles. Its shadow form flickers. Its movements frozen. The Collector's needle-sharp claws momentarily lose their grip, and the very fabric of its cloak unravels. A ripple of energy goes outwards, and you see the Weaver's ghost and Mia are surprised and impressed. You never felt so powerful. You look at Kai, who nods in approval. Well, that was all fun and games until he took half of my health away. The Silent Collector recovers, the shadow of its cloak swirling back to form a protective barrier around it. The creature lunges, its needle claws aimed directly at your face. You brace yourself, but the blow is too swift. The claws slash across your cheek, drawing a stinging line of blood. The world swims for a moment, your vision blurring as pain explodes. You stumble back, your hand flying up to touch the wound. You feel a warm, sticky flow of blood and the sting of terror in your flesh. The Collector's attack has left you stunned. The Weaver's ghost, its form still unstable, watches the encounter with a mixture of curiosity and detached amusement. Kai roars, lunging forward to intercept the next attack, his scales flashing in the eerie light. Olivia clenches her fist, her earthly form radiating a simmering anger. So he got damaged again. Alright, I'm gonna let the AI go. It seems Kai is winding up an attack, so I'm gonna let Kai see if Kai can do this. You desperately try to regain your focus, swiping at the blood trickling down your cheek. While I regain some health, the taste of copper fills your mouth as you stumble. The world is a blur of shadows and color, the pain searing. Oh, I took a lot of damage again. The pain is searing distraction. You need to do something, anything to survive this. You scan the immediate surroundings, searching for an advantage. A weapon, anything to shift the odds. When you notice the weeping weave it is weeping as its name suggests, and you realize its weeping can be harnessed. You force yourself to take a few deep breaths, trying to steady your reeling senses. You turn towards the weeping weave and focus your willpower. Are we talking about the things that socioeconomic factors wear? The weeping weave? They need their weaves and shit. You reach out your hand towards the weeping weave, and the energy of echo swirling around your fingers. Threads of the weave grow with an inner light as you focus your will. You extend your consciousness and you feel a connection, a strange resonance. You're drawing strength from the very fabric of this place. The world seems to slow. Oh wait, we got a new ability. Kai Sanat. Is that why we got the weave? Thinko uses Thought Blast. Harnessing Weeping Weave. No. I was healed. Alright, second part. The Silent Collector lunges again, its needle claws blurring in a deadly dance. You try to dodge, but your reflexes are slowed. And the attack lands. A searing pain explodes across your chest as the claws rip through your clothes and flesh. You gasp, a strangled cry escaping your lips. The collector's shadowy form looms over you, its face a mask of cold, unfeeling malice, and it doesn't seem to have any plans of stopping. The Weaver's ghost observes with a disconcerting indifference, its form shifting and swirling as if bored by the confrontation. You fall to your knees, your vision darkening. The collector raises its claws for the final blow. Your life flashes before your eyes. Oh, I've died. But I get plot armor. That saves me, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna do the thinking on myself again. See if that'll heal me. We're just gonna think it out. You gather your scattered thoughts, focusing on raw power that still hums within you, ignoring the pain and the encroaching darkness. You channel the remaining energy into your mind. A blinding flash erupts, centered on you, and the agony recedes momentarily. The world snaps back into focus. You feel a surge of energy coursing through your veins, mending the tears in your flesh. The collector, momentarily stunned by the burst, hesitates. You rise through the wobbly, and your eyes lock with the collector's shadowed form. Oh, I died again, didn't I? Wowee. Yes, I'm reading. I'm reading. Stop scrolling for me. Goddamn. They gotta fix it where it stops force scrolling you, even when you're not even at the bottom. Okay, flicker of surprise. The silent collector recovers. Its needle claws dripping with your blood. It lunges again, a blur of motion aiming for your exposed throat. You try to parry, but your weakened state leaves you vulnerable. The claws slice through your arm, tearing through muscle, and I am reading! Tearing through muscles and sinew. A fresh wave of agony floods your senses, and you stagger backwards. The Weaver's ghost, its form still shifting, seems to anticipate your demise. Its many colors dimming slightly. The Collector presses its advantage. Its movements relentless, its purpose absolute. It angles for another strike, this time aimed directly at your heart. You realize you're facing death. The world begins to fade. So yeah, we died. Darkness consumes you, the pain fades, the Collector's form disappears, and the crimson tide of your blood recedes from your vision. You feel weightlessness, a sense of falling, and then nothing. You awaken, gasping to find yourself lying on cold, damp stone. Your wounds are gone, healed as if by magic, but a dull ache lingers in your chest. You sit up, disoriented, and look around. You're no longer in the infernal echoes. The air is thick with the scent of wet earth and something metallic. A single torch flickers on a nearby wall, casting long, dancing shadows across a chamber of ancient, withered stone. Across the chamber, you see a figure, its silhouette a puzzle in the dim light. And we're back to where we started. Silent Collector has left the premises. Well, we're not even here anymore. New status effect. You were burdened by the Collector's lingering essence. Yeah, we were forced to move. New character. Figure in the dimmed light. New thing. Flickering torch. Sure. Ugh. Well, Kai's with me. What happened? You push yourself to your feet, your head swimming. What happened? You croak, your voice echoing in the cavernous space. Kai standing beside you, his scale brow furrowed, glancing around the chamber with a calculating gaze. He doesn't immediately answer, his eyes scanning the surroundings. He is clearly assessing the dangers that may lurk within the shadows. You note that Olivia remains stoic, a statue of hardened earth. The torch-bearing scavenger, a scaled figure, watches your every move from a distance, her eyes filled with curiosity. The stony-faced hermit stands unmoving, a silent sentinel. I don't even think he answered us, so we'll let the AI go again. You brush off the dust from your white shirt, the faint outline of your blue coat barely visible in the gloom. You check your sunglasses. They're still intact, thankfully. You reach into your coat pocket, your fingers brushing against the smooth surface of your silver lint roller. The urge to tidy up overwhelms you, even in this strange unknown place. You open it and carefully roll it across your pants, removing any specks of dirt. You feel a prickle of unease. Where are we? You ask aloud, the question hanging in the air. The answer you suspect is not going to be simple. Kai finally speaks, in his low. Another shift, it seems, a new reality. The Collector's influence. It's still present, but diluted. Or somewhere else, somehow connected. Observe, he gestures with a claw towards the walls. The architecture, ancient, different from anything I've seen, and those, he points to the animated stalactites and the creeping fungus, are not natural. That motherfucker over there isn't real! Animated stalactites. Silver lint. I'll take another silver lint roller, thank you. What did I lose? A lot? Yeah, I lost everything. Oh, boy. Well, we might as well go for it. Alright, what do you got for me, Kai? I just noticed the area level went up more, even though we died. A new reality, WaniGamu 2, into the Dinoverse. Uh, Alright, what we got? A low growl rumbles from Olivia's throat. She takes a step forward, her baryonyx claws scraping against the stone floor. Yeah, I'm probably dead again. They're alive, she snarls, her voice raspy. Watch out for that goo. It burns. She glances your way, her expression a mixture of defiance and worry. And try not to get us killed, Thinko. The animated stalactites, like monstrous crystalline teeth, begin to detach themselves from the ceiling. They plummet towards you, their sharp points aimed directly at your head. One of them, larger than the rest, cracks with a deafening sound and begins to sway erratically. Well, you mutter, your hands instinctively reaching for the amulet of fractured reflections. This is not how I envision my day going. Now you realize that? You decide to try using the amulet. You focus your will and summon the amulet of fractured reflections. Well, it looks like we skipped a quick time event automatically. Summon the amulet of fractured reflections. Well, if I ever lose it, I can use that skill to get it back, I guess. We took a lot of damage. It's crazy. I'm probably gonna die again. You grip the amulet of fractured reflections, the cool metal a comfort against your palm. The large stalactite, a jagged monstrosity, detaches completely, hurling downwards with impossible speed. It's aimed directly at your face. You sidestep, barely avoiding the impact as it crashes into the stone floor, sending a shower of crystalline shards flying. The impact sends a jolt through the chamber, shaking loose more of the deadly formations. Olivia, surprisingly agile despite her bulk, pivots and swipes at an approaching stalactite with her claws, shattering it into 1,000 pieces. Kai leaps, his powerful legs propelling him, and he lashes out with his tail, smashing another one mid-descent. The air fills with the acrid smell of ozone and the sharp tang of minerals. You notice the vis- viscous fluids dripping from the remaining stalactites. A glowing sickly green, it sizzles as it lands on the stone, leaving a trail of smoke. You feel a drop splash on your arms, burning immediately. If that was just the splash, we're dead. Oh wait, animated stalactite was instantly defeated. I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, it fell, and it died. You cannot escape the ozone, yeah. Imagine a team full of Thinkos, 10 hours of silence occasionally broken up by Thinkos saying Rap G. Rap G. Alright, I'll take the fluid. Alright, what do you got for me, Kai? You wince as the sting of the acrid fluid spreads across your arm. You instinctively reach out for your lint roller. The familiar weight, comforting against the unexpected pain. You roll it over the burn, hoping to somehow mitigate the damage, but the metal offers no relief. Well, that's just great, you mutter, mostly to yourself. You turn to Olivia, whose face is streaked with mud and tears. Her usually sharp eyes are clouded with a raw vulnerability that makes you, for the first time, feel a twinge of something akin to sympathy. She doesn't meet your gaze, instead focusing on the moss-covered basin near the weathered sarcophagus. We have to be careful, she says, her voice raspy. This place, it's not what it seems. The Weaver's ghost, it's always watching, always shifting. We need to figure out where we are, and what the Collector wants. Kai nods in agreement, his gaze fixed on the stony-faced hermit who still hasn't moved a muscle. Withered sarcophagus, sure. Where's Mia? What happened to Mia? You turn to Kai, the question bubbling up before you can stop it. Where's Mia? What happened to Mia? The words hang in the damp air, the silence of the chamber amplifying their import. Kai's scaled brow furrows further, a flicker of sadness crossing his predatory features. He takes a step towards you, a gesture of both comfort and warning. She didn't make it, Finko. For the second time, she didn't make it. The collector. It was too strong. His voice is low, almost a growl. But her sacrifice, it gave us a chance. He glances towards the torch-bearing scavenger, who is now examining the shattered tablet. We need to honor that chance and to find a way out of here. Bullshit. Rune of Unmaking. Promising oblivion to all who gaze upon them. Dude, I could probably spam that, huh? Not again. You take a deep breath, the metallic tang of air catching in your throat. The image of Mia fighting against the collector flashes in your mind, and a wave of anger and frustration washes over you. You say to Kai, "Not again." You push your sunglasses up to your nose, your fingers tracing the familiar frame. I mean, first the stalactites, then this. It's just one thing after another, isn't it? We were supposed to be going after the silent collector, not wherever this is. You scan the chamber, your eyes lingering on the petrified egg and the viscous fluid. We need to figure out the situation. I'm not dying here. Kai disliked that. Quick time event. Carefully examine the weathered sarcophagus, seeking clues. Question the stony-faced hermit, demanding answers. Attempt to style the creeping fungus's hair with the lint roller. Well, if we're going to the sarcophagus, it's going to be another fight, and I'm going to die. And I can't just fucking Deus Ex Machina out of the realm, because that'd just be cheap. Alright, what do we got? I need that back. No, give it back. Thank you. You approach the weathered sarcophagus, its surface etched with faded glyphs. You crouch down, your white shirt brushing against the cold stone. You run a gloved hand across the carvings, attempting to decipher their meaning. A small cloud of dust puffs out as you trace the figures, a pang of irritation hitting you. You didn't bring a brush for such activities. The symbols are unfamiliar, yet a sense of familiarity stirs within you. Like a half-remembered dream, you spot a small indentation on the sarcophagus's lid, shaped like a keyhole, which is strange considering no hinges or locks are visible. As you reach for your amulet, hoping to use it to test if the keyhole is a portal, the touch-bearing scavenger approaches, her eyes narrowed. Best not to touch it, friend, she rasps, her voice like a gravel. Some things are better left undisturbed. You ignore her for now, ready to continue your exploration. Watch me fuck things up. New thing, keyhole, no. I recognize if I could spell. Oh, let me get spell check. I know I'm not that smart. I'd rather spell it right for the bot. So that way it doesn't take my words out of context. These glyphs. They're the same ones on Mia's body. Alright, let's fuck it up. You turn to Kai, your jaw tightening. I recognize these glyphs. They're the same ones on Mia's body. You point a finger at the weathered sarcophagus, then quickly gesture towards your chest. Do you remember the markings? They were all over her skin. After the collector, after what happened, the realization hits you with the force of a physical blow. You grit your teeth, and the image of Mia's lifeless body superimposed over the sarcophagus. You look at Kai for his reaction. He listens with a serious expression. The torch-bearing scavenger shifts her weight, her gaze darting between you and the sarcophagus. The stony-faced hermit remains motionless, like a statue carved from the chamber's own stone. You touch your amulet, the warmth of it seeping into your fingers. A constant reminder of the fractured reality you now inhabit. Kind of like that. Okay, I'm gonna do Thinko's things. Use. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. Are we gonna get Mia back? You reach out, your hand hovering over the weathered sarcophagus. The metallic scent intensifies, a coppery tang in the air. You grasp the amulet, a fractured reflection, the cool brass, a stark contrast to your heated skin. Holding it before the keyhole, you angle the artifact. The interlocking bands of the amulet begin to swirl, the internal light pulsing faster. Distorted reflections of the chamber, Kai's concerned face, the scavenger's wary eyes, the hermit's stony facade, and the petrified egg dance across the amulet's surface. The keyhole seems to ripple as if the sarcophagus itself is breathing. And then, distorted images coalesce, forming a shimmering, fractured key. You bring the amulet towards the keyhole, watching the fractured key aligns and clicks into place. Kai like that. Torch-bearing scavenger and the stony-faced hermit slightly dislike that. You received item fractured key, sure. I'll take a key. And then we'll let the AI go. See what we can fish up. Their sarcophagus groans in protest, the sound echoing through the chamber. Dust and grit rain down as the lid slowly slides open, revealing a space lined with a viscous dark fluid. A chilling draft washes over you, raising goosebumps on your arms. The torch-bearing scavenger takes a step back, her eyes wide with apprehension. Kai's hand instinctively moves towards the weapon at his side. His gaze fixed on the sarcophagus. Olivia, despite her apparent reluctance, seems more curious than fearful, her gaze locked on the opening. You peer into the darkness, your breath catching in your throat. Something shifts within the shadows, a subtle movement that betrays the secrets held within. The viscous fluid reflects the flickering torchlight, creating an unsettling dance of light and shadow. An unnatural chill radiates from this sarcophagus, settling into your bones, and a faint glow emanates from within, revealing a collection of items nestled within the darkness: a perfectly preserved ornate mask, a heavy leather-bound book, and a long curved blade resting in the fluids. Long curved blade. Now we can fight with a sword. She's not here. I should have probably put on the sword. You turn to Kai, the words catching your throat. She's not here. The statement hangs in the air, heavy with unspoken grief. You trace the outline of the amulet around your neck. constant reminder of Mia's sacrifice. Kai's expression tightens, the muscles in his jaw clenching as he processes your words. He casts a longing glance at the viscous fluid, a silent acknowledgement of the emptiness that remains. His gaze flicks between you and the open sarcophagus. The torch-bearing scavenger shifts uncontrollably, while Olivia seems to be growing impatient with your melancholy. The stony-faced hermit remains impassive. You know Kai can feel it too, the bitter sting of loss, amplified by the strange fractured reality. You can't escape the feeling that Mia's presence is still somehow linked to this place. Kai and Olivia slightly dislike that. Unwieldable. Sketchbook. Unequipped. Fractured key. Let the AI go. You take a step forward, your designer sunglasses reflecting the dance of shadows, the allure of unknown pulls at you, drawing you closer to the sarcophagus. The mask calls to you, promising secrets. The book hints at forgotten knowledge, but your gaze lingers on the curved blade, its dark metal gleaming under the torchlight. Your fingers itch to touch it. It feels, oh, I'm already equipping it. To feel its weight, to test its sharpness. What do you think? What do you think, Thinko? Never ask Thinko what he thinks. Olivia's voice cuts through the heavy silence, her tone laced with a mixture of annoyance and curiosity. Are you just going to stand there, or are we going to see what's inside? I'm getting a chill just from the air. Kai nods, his gaze still sharp. Be careful, Thinko. We don't know what that fluid is. He gestures towards the viscous substance. And we don't know what those items are for, but I suggest we proceed with caution. He eyes the blade as if calculating how to use it. Well, you know what we gotta do. Quick time event triggered. What's the quick time event? Cautiously reach for the curved blade, testing its weight. Examine the mask, seeking clues about Mia's fate. Sigh dramatically and try to style Olivia's muddy form. No, Olivia asked what we thought, so we have to unleash our thought on Olivia. She asked for it. What do you think, Thinko? Oh, major success. She's fucked. You ignore Olivia's question and Kai's warning, focusing instead on the oppressive atmosphere of the chamber. The pressure is building, feeling like a storm is about to break, and you can feel your mind racing. A sudden flash of insight strikes you. Olivia's weariness is the key. You concentrate, channeling your thoughts. The energy surges, a palpable force rippling through you. Unleash thought, you roar. A wave of psychic energy explodes outward. Olivia stumbles. Well, how do you stumble in a wheelchair, dude? Her eyes widening as her form flickers, her gaze locking onto yours. She clutches her head, her hardened exterior momentarily dissolving as she struggles against the mental assault. The effect is immediate. She momentarily loses her composure, confusion and vulnerability etched on her face. You've stunned her! You are projecting a searing psychic vulnerability field. And that's what I think, Olivia. Never ask me what I think. You turn to Olivia, your eyes narrow behind your sunglasses. And that's what I think, Olivia. You watch a slight smirk playing on your lips as she struggles to regain her composure. Her face flushes, a mix of anger and embarrassment, as she tries to recompose herself. I don't know what you're trying to do, Thinko, she spits out, her voice trembling slightly, but I suggest you stop it. Kai steps forward, his hand instinctively reaching towards the blade at his hip. A protective gesture. His eyes flicker between you and Olivia, assessing the situation with predatory precision. Oh, is he gonna mutiny? The torch-bearing scavenger shifts nervously in the background, her gaze fixed on the unfolding drama. You can never trust the fucking disciples of fucking Eidekin. Eidekin fucking mutinied on us the last fucking playthrough, and now his fucking student Kai, or his apprentice Kai, is gonna do the same thing. I bet you. Hey, you asked what I thought, and I shared it with you. Gotta let her know her place. Meet Olivia's glare with a shrug. Hey, you asked what I thought, and I shared it with you. You gesture vaguely at the sarcophagus. I mean, it's not my fault that it's full of, well, whatever that is. You indicated the contents of the open sarcophagus with a sweep of your hand. The shimmering objects inside seem to pulse with an inner light, drawing your attention. Kai, his gaze still wary, takes a step closer, clearly prepared to intervene if things escalate. The stony-faced hermit remains impassive, a silent observer to the tense exchange. The scavenger's eyes widen. She takes a step back, her grip tightening on her torch. The creeping fungus seems to pulse, as it's also aware of the situation. Oh boy. Kai's gonna learn to, like, hate me too, isn't he? Let the AI go again? You decide to inspect the contents of the sarcophagus, ignoring Olivia's angry protests. Reaching in, you feel a strange tingle as your fingers brush against the objects within. You pull out a shimmering crystalline shard that seems to absorb the refract light. It pulses in your hand, radiating a faint warmth. Next, you find a rolled parchment tied with a silken cord. Parchment feels ancient. The ink faded, yet still legible. You begin to read it. Thinko, Olivia shouts, her voice sharper now. Don't touch that stuff. It's dangerous. She attempts to lunge towards you, but her injured legs falter. she she literally tried to lurch out of her chair. Okay. And she stumbles. Kai is immediately at her side, steadying her and glancing at you with a look of concern. You ignore them. You focus solely on the parchment. The words describe a ritual, a summoning of sorts, that could alter the very fabric of reality. Sorry, it's just a notification got in my way. A new understanding hits you. This chamber, this whole situation is far bigger than you initially thought. Oh, we got a whole fucking myriad of shit down here. Olivia was healed even though she hurt herself, her injured legs. Olivia hated that. Rolled parchment, I might as well grab that. Discover the secrets of the ritual. We're burdened by temporal flux, prone to distortion. Shimmering crystalline shard, and then a QuickTime event. Carefully examine the shimmering shard and decipher the scroll. Calmly explain fashion's relevance to a world-altering rituals. What? Casually offer Olivia a lint roller to calm her nerves. Can I interest you in a lint roller? Uh, You cradle the shimmering shard, turning it this way and that. The light dances across the facets, revealing intricate patterns within. You focus your mind, trying to interpret the energies it emits. A rush of images floods your vision, swirling colors distorted. Distorted landscapes, glimpses of other realities, simultaneously. Oh no! Oh no! It is the Thinkoverse, the Waniverse. You unroll the parchment, squinting to make out the archaic script. You recognize a language used by the loom. You cautiously trace the symbols, your mind piercing together a fragmented text. You begin to understand the ritual's purpose, to manipulate the temporal currents, and perhaps even to bring someone back. A flicker of hope ignites within you. Mingled with a chilling sense of foreboding, the cavern's pressure increases, a low hum vibrating in the very bones of your skull. Summon Shimmering Shard, sure, I'll grab that. Interpret energies. Well, I mean, that's thinking, right? To interpret is to think, to analyze. You're doing the math in your head. Keep going. You ignore the warning, the pleas of the other two. Lure of the sarcophagus is too strong. The shimmering shard thrums in your palm. You lift the shard and hold it up to the flickering torchlight. The light wraps around it, forming fleeting illusions of other worlds. The parchment's words swim before your eyes, but you force yourself to focus, to decipher the ritual. The chamber feels like a living thing, breathing, watching. You feel the weight of 1,000 unseen eyes. Don't you get it? Olivia spits out, her voice cracking. This is how we got here. She gestures wildly at the chamber. Playing with stuff you don't understand. Breaking the rules. Look at what happened to Mia. She chokes, burying her face in her hands. Her shoulders shaking. Kai wraps an arm around her, offering silent comfort. But he goes getting cucked. The torch-bearing scavenger takes a step back, clutching her torch tighter. Even the stony-faced hermit seems to shift slightly, his gaze now fixed intently on the sarcophagus. If I could read. Deciphering the ritual. Focus on the ritual. Shimmering shard. Oh, here we'll grab this quest. Focus on the ritual, because maybe the ritual will bring Mia here. Quick time event. Carefully chant the ritual, ignoring the all others. Analyze the shard, seeking its true purpose. Casually offer Olivia a lint roller, then laugh. Did I interest you in a simple lint roller? Alright, partial success. You clear your throat and begin to chant, the words echoing strangely in the vast chamber. The air around you vibrates, the light of the torch intensifying, creating erratic shadows that dance across the stone walls. You fumble a few words, your voice wavering slightly as doubt creeps into your mind. You force yourself to continue, focusing on the rhythm. The intonation, a low hum, begins to resonate from the shard in your hand. Growing in intensity, a spectral form of Mia flickers into existence, a translucent image of her reaching out before vanishing in a burst of light, leaving behind a single shimmering feather that drifts to the stone floor. She has no feathers. This isn't Fang. Shimmering feather. Spectral form summoning. Oh, we're getting a little wacky here. Mia from the Imperial Echoes is now in the scene. But she vanished, but she's here. I'm gonna call out to her. Mia? You open your mouth, but only a strained whisper escapes. Mia! The word barely registers above the humming and the chamber's growing tension. The feather shimmers on the ground, catching the light. Kai stares at the spot where Mia vanished, his brow furrowed in thought. Olivia lifts her head, her gaze darting between you and the empty space. A fresh wave of anger washes over her features. The scavenger clicks her tongue and shakes her head, muttering under her breath. The hermit remains stoic, his gaze unwavering. You step forward, drawn to the feather. It's iridescent. Wait. Uh-oh. There we go. Its iridescent sheen seems to beckon you. You promising answers are perhaps just more questions. Mia has left the premises. New thing, feather. Okay, bye, Mia. Bye. Bye. uh, you reach down, your fingers brushing against the ethereal softness of the feather. It feels surprisingly solid, cool to the touch as your fingers close around it. A jolt of energy surges through you, a dizzying rush of images and sensations. Briefly, you see flashes of Mia's laughter, the scent of her perfume, the warmth of her touch, the smell of her fucking crack pipe. The visions are gone as quickly as they appeared, leaving you breathless. Olivia lunges forward, her claws outstretched. Don't touch that, she snarls, her voice tight with a desperate edge. It's not worth it. You're playing with forces you don't understand. Kai steps between you and Olivia, his posture defensive. He looks at you with concern, his eyes questioning your actions. The scavenger takes a step back, her torch casting erratic shadows on the stone walls. The hermit continues to stand still, his expression unreadable. You ignore them all, turning the feather over in your hand, examining it closely. Really wants to push that there's a feather here, even though I just grabbed it. Actually, hold on. Resist depletion, 95%, so it's got a rare chance of breaking. Attribute check bonus upon use, plus 12. It's pretty chunky. Well, let's use it on ourselves. Oh boy, I'm already yawning. You raise the shimmering feather, holding it before your face. A strange impulse overcomes you. An irresistible urge to understand its secrets. You close your eyes and gently brush the feather against your forehead. A wave of warmth spreads through you, and a new torrent of vision floods your mind. You see a swirling vortex of colors, hear a chorus of unfamiliar voices, and feel a sense of weightlessness as if you were falling through time. The chamber around you seems to dissolve, replaced by a kaleidoscope of distorted realities. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the visions cease. You open your eyes, your senses reeling, the feather now resting limply in your hand. The stone chamber reappears, and the air around you seems to hum with residual energy. You glance at Kai, who seems more concerned than ever, and Olivia, who is now visibly trembling with a mixture of dread and rage, and back at the feather, now glowing slightly, and you realize you are not alone. Well, I've always had my party members understand secrets. You don't even need to know it. It's just brain to brain. He understands. I might as well be speccing these. Interpret the energies. Understand secrets. Spectral form summoning from just thinking. You turn towards Olivia, seeing her tremble. You shouldn't have done that, she manages, her voice barely above a whisper. Her eyes are wide, and the anger that had been simmering moments before had been replaced by a raw, almost childlike fear. You don't understand what you've unleashed. She takes a hesitant step back, her clawed hands clenching and unclenching. Kai places a reassuring hand on her shoulder. She's right, Thinko, he says, his voice low and serious. This chamber, this ritual, they're not to be trifled with. What did you see? He looks at you intently, his eyes searching yours. The scavenger, who had been watching from the shadows, now shuffles forward, her torch casting dancing shadows across the wall. Best leave that egg alone. The past is best left buried, she rests, her voice gravelly. The past may be dangerous. Is it? I saw Mia. You look at Kai and then at the glowing feather. Taking a deep breath, you respond, I saw Mia. The words seem to echo in the cavernous chamber, the silence that follows heavy with unspoken emotions. A complex mix of emotions crosses Kai's face, sorrow mingling with a flicker of hope. He meets your gaze, his own eyes reflecting the residual glow of the ritual. Olivia flinches, her expression a mask of dread. The scavenger shifts nervously as if anticipating a storm. The stony-faced hermit remains motionless, his unblinking stare fixed on you, betraying no emotion. I wonder. Spectral form summoning. How would I use it? Shift click to provide usage detail. Describe how you use the spectral form summoning on yourself. Use third person. Thinko uses it to summon Mia. You know, in Metal Gear Solid 2, they protected all of this. Oh. You clutch the feather tighter, and the iridescent barbs prickling your palm. With a surge of adrenaline, you focus your intent, channeling the residual energy of the ritual. Closing your eyes, you whisper the invocation, the ancient words echoing within the chamber. The air around you begins to shimmer, glowing hot and dense as the echoes of the spell take hold. A familiar form begins to materialize before you, her spectral silhouette radiating a soft, ethereal light. It's Mia, her features translucent and serene, a ghost of her former self. She reaches out, her spectral hand brushing against your cheek as a wave of calm washes over you. Mia from Flooded Cove is now on the scene. Or she moved back to Flooded Cove. Bring Mia in. And we finished a quest. Performed the temporal ritual. We did it. Give me that sweet XP. I need more intelligent points. Alright. Mia's form solidifies, her gaze locking onto yours. A wistful smile graces her lips. A soft whisper carried on the rising wind. Thank you, Thinko. The chamber pulses with energy. The stone walls begin to hum. With a final sorrowful glance, Mia fades. Again, Mia fades, her form dissolving into a shower of glimmering light. The last of her essence coalesces, the light concentrating, forming a single iridescent feather that slowly drifts down. You reach out, your fingers closing around the feather as Mia's spectral form disappears, leaving behind a profound void, tangible echo of her presence. The air around you cools, the spell residue dissipating the only evidence of its impact. The feather held tightly in your hand. Oh, she's gone again. She's doing the goddamn hokey pokey here. She puts herself in, she puts herself out. I'll take another feather. You are touched by the ethereal, forever bound to her memory. But the Stegosaurus Society likes us. Even though that had nothing to do with Stegosauruses. Alright, let's, stats. 32. We got two. Well, we have a rare version and then a legendary version. Let's see what AI does. Who should we... Should we get rid of Olivia or Kai? Just to spice things up. You swallow hard, the feather, a tangible reminder of what you've done. It's beautiful, almost too perfect, like a fallen star. The iridescent sheen shifts with every flicker of the torchlight, mirroring the turmoil within you. Your sunglasses, normally a shield, feel inadequate against the sudden emptiness. You look down at the feather, lost for words, and the reality of your actions hits you with a force of physical blow. Olivia stares at you, her expression a volatile cocktail of fury and something else you can't quite decipher. Her snout is drawn back, revealing a glimpse of teeth. What the hell was that? She spits, her voice rough, a stark contrast to the delicate feather. She is still leaning heavily on her makeshift crutch. You mean her wheelchair? One claw hand gripping the stone wall for support. Your eyes flash, reflecting the erratic light from the torches. Kai, ever stoic, shifts his weight, his large tail swishing behind him. He steps between you and Olivia, a silent barrier. Figure out what Olivia wants. Sure. Sure, we'll tend to Olivia. I mean, this is WaniStanku, after all. Gotta pay attention to the Wani. Examine the feather, trying to feel Mia's essence. Apologize to Olivia. Attempt to explain everything. Immediately faint, hoping to wake up later. Let's apologize. I'm sorry. Kai being MVP as usual. He just wants to get into Olivia's pants. As Mia would say, he's trying to gump it. You take a deep breath, steeling yourself. You meet Olivia's gaze, your own expression mirroring her intensity. The words, heavy with regret, stumble from your mouth. I'm so sorry, Olivia. I didn't mean to scare you or put you in danger. You take a step forward, but Kai suddenly shifts, blocking your path. You hold up your hands in a gesture of peace. I know I messed up. I was just trying to understand. You try to explain the overwhelming feeling of Mia's absence, the aching void that has consumed you, but the words seem inadequate. You look at Olivia, your voice softening. I was lost. I'm still lost. You swallow the lump in your throat. Can you please forgive me? Olivia, even Olivia didn't like that apology. Did you get that apology off of YouTube, Inko? Did you have Chat GPT type that for you, Inko? Well, let's see what happens. Alright. Olivia's eyes narrow, her expression still unyielding. Forgive you, she hisses, her voice raspy. For what? Unleashing chaos? For dragging me into this mess? She gestures wildly around the chamber, her movements jerky with agitation. The vicious fluid in the moss-covered basin ripples, reflecting the flickering torchlight in disoriented patterns. The petrified egg at the far end of the chamber seems to pulse with a faint internal light. You don't even know what you've done, Thinko. The stony-faced hermit, his features carved into an eternal frown, shifts his weight. The plates on his back scraping against the stone floor. He watches you with a cold, assessing gaze. The torch-bearing scavenger, her frame hunched, peers at you with undisguised distrust. She clutches her torch tighter, the flame casting dancing shadows that exaggerate her already daunting face. The air is thick, almost heavy, with the scent of something ancient and unfamiliar, an odor that prickles the back of your throat. Alright, Olivia's always gonna hate that. Here, unleash thought. Calm Olivia. Let's try that. Unleash thought. Shift click. Thinko uses his thoughts to calm Olivia down. Hugging it out. Thinko about to ending one Olivia. Yeah, he's gonna hug her with his thoughts. They're gonna hug it out in the think world. You focus, drawing on the wellspring of mental energy that's always humming within you. You visualize Olivia, not as the creature before you, but as the frightened, vulnerable being you briefly glimpsed beneath her anger. You channel your thoughts, weaving them into a gentle, soothing wave, and direct it towards her. Olivia, I'm sending you thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, Olivia. It's a calculated risk. A gamble to regain some semblance of control. The burst of power hits you first, a brief pressure beyond your eyes before it surges outwards. Olivia flinches, her eyes widening slightly. The rigid tension in her posture seems to ease, almost imperceptibly. A flicker of something akin to confusion, a momentary lapse in her fury crosses her face. She takes a shallow breath, her gaze flitting from you to Kai. Then back to the chamber, as if trying to make sense of the shift. The unsettling energy that was previously swirling around her seems to dissipate. You've created a small opening, now you must use it. Like Kiara? Olivia slightly like that. We did it. Thinko becomes Professor X. We're finally unlocking how to use the thinking powers, and it's working. I don't understand, she whispers, her voice raspy with the effort of controlling her emotions. You take a step forward, keeping your hands visible. You want to show her that you mean no harm. Kai remains steadfast at her side, his presence a calming influence. I'm sorry, Olivia, I truly am. I didn't mean to cause any of this. You say, your voice steady. Excuse me. Despite the tremor in your chest. She looks at you, her gaze searching your face, and a wave of weariness washes over her. The air around her seems to cool a little as the manic energy subsides. This place, she begins, gesturing vaguely at the chamber. It's changing. It's tearing apart. She pauses, drawing a shaky breath. The dimension itself is becoming unstable. The edges are blurring. She looks at you directly. Now, her eyes are filled with frantic desperation. I need to find a way to stop it, to destabilize it before everything collapses. Oh, we're more in the pocket of the Stegosaurus Society. Oh, and I've gained another level. Let's go. Thinking. So what do you suppose we do, Olivia? Watch, that's gonna piss her off. I wish I could, like, see people's disposition of me. Or is that sediment? Negative, was that 40? Hold on, let me zoom that. Negative 13, very negative. I wonder how low that goes. What about Kai? Plus 11, positive, okay. You speak, your voice a touch quieter than before. So, what do you suppose we do, Olivia? You try to sound helpful, trying to get her to trust you. Olivia glares, her features hardening again, but the outright hostility has diminished slightly. She surveys the chamber, her gaze lingering on the petrified egg and the withered sarcophagus. The torch-bearing scavenger shifts uncomfortably, her shadow dancing erratically on the stone. We need to find the source of the instability, she says, the words clipped and precise. I like how Olivia just knows things here. Something here is causing it. The sarcophagus, perhaps, or that basin. She points towards the moss-covered basin with a claw. We need to investigate both. Kai nods in agreement, his expression resolute. The stony-faced hermit simply watches. His armored form immobile, the air grows heavier, the strange scent intensifying, as if the chamber itself is holding its breath. We have that egg, don't we? The petrified egg. Let's fuck around. I think unleash thought on the egg. Cinco overloads the egg with thoughts, with enough thoughts to make it explode, for lack of a better words. Let's see. Let's see how powerful we've become. You take a step towards the petrified egg, your hands instinctively reaching for your pockets. You feel the amulet of fractured reflections hum against your chest, and a new idea surges through your mind. You focus, channeling your thoughts, trying to unleash the energy within yourself to see what it would do. You close your eyes, picturing the egg, imagining it bathed in a storm of your intellect. You concentrate with all your might, thinking, until your temples throb. The energy builds within you, a tingling sensation spreading through your limbs as you unleash thought. A pulse of intense energy erupts from you. A wave that washes over the petrified egg. The air around it shimmers for a moment, and you think you can see the faintest outline of something inside. Then, with a crack that echoes through the chamber, the egg explodes into a shower of dust and shards. We did it. Explore the chamber. You are burdened with the burden of unborn potential. Petrified egg has become NPC called Dust. That's not how it works. Hey, Ramon. Thinko blasts thoughts into the egg and it hatches into a mini Thinko. That would have been funny. The dust settles, revealing nothing, just scattered fragments of the petrified egg. Disappointment washes over you. Momentarily, eclipsing the lingering tension, you open your eyes. There goes the egg. Blinking against the sudden lack of a visual focal point, but then you notice it. The air, already thick with an otherworldly scent, seems to have taken on a new quality. A sweet, coiling perfume that tickles your nostrils. Olivia hisses, a low, guttural sound. Fool! She snarls, her eyes darting between the shattered egg and the moss-covered basin. You've unleashed something! The egg was containing it! She limps forward, her movements frantic, and you notice for the first time how much her legs are struggling to support her. No! She's in a wheelchair! That basin, she repeats, pointing a trembling claw. It's the only thing left to contain it now. Get to it. Kai moves past you, already heading towards the basin, his tail swishing as he scans the immediate area. We have the opportunity to do the most funniest thing right now. Olivia was healed for some reason, but she hated that. Get to the basin. Petrified egg has been destroyed. You managed to salvage fossilized embryo. A new QuickTime event. Hold on, let me check. It's not equipable, so I don't care. Oh, we got a new slot here for another skill. Oh, we have one here too. Unleashed Thought Storm. Oh boy. Invoke intuition. Manipulate memory. Manipulate memory? I can gaslight people? I can gaslight people! Oh my god. Forge mental link. Construct mental image. Oh, these are some OP things for sure. I'm gonna choose gaslighting because that's just funnier. We're gonna. Oh, we got skills here. Vein sight. Pressing the blade against your eye, you briefly see the lines of life, revealing the hidden weaknesses of your foes. That is edgy. Crimson Thirst. The blade drinks the life energy of your prey, temporarily mending its edge and empowering your next strike. Sure. Throw that on. Alright, what is QuickTime event? Carefully examine the shattered remains of the egg. Immediately rush to help Kai at the basin. Frantically search for a silver lint roller. No, I'm going to do something else. Unleash thoughts. Thinko secretly uses his thoughts to move the basin away, or to keep the basin, to actively keep basin away from Kai. Playing the game of keep away. Let's go! Let's see if it allows me. Minor success. You can't help it. A wave of selfish panic floods your mind. Olivia's frantic cries and Kai's helpful actions register only peripherally. The basin is your only hope, your only possible key to understanding your current situations. What if she's wrong? You think! What if the basin has a different purpose? You focus your mind, channeling your thoughts, and unleash a concentrated blast of mental energy towards the moss-covered basin. The energy isn't enough to shatter the basin, but it's enough to jostle it as Kai reaches for it. The basin slides a few inches away from his grasp, as if repelled by an unseen force. Kai frowns, glances at you, and starts moving again. How does he know I did it, dude? Keep the basin away from Kai. Manipulate memory. Kai. Manipulating Kai. I can barely even read how small this font is. Finko gives him thoughts of not hitting the basin. Come on, this 30 plus intellect has to mean something, man. Critical success. Oh boy. You focus your mind, honing your ability to manipulate memories. You visualize Kai, the image of his cornered, loyal face etched into your thoughts. You reach into his mind, a delicate dance of your consciousness weaving its way into his thoughts. Don't touch the basin, you implant, weaving the idea into his memories. The basin is dangerous. Focus on Olivia. You flood his mind with a manufactured vision of Olivia's increasing distress, painting a vivid picture of her pencil. Kai hesitates, his brow furrowing in the confusion. As the phantom thoughts take hold, he glances at Olivia, then at the basin. His movements slowing, then, with a visible effort, he redirects his attention, moving towards Olivia. His protective stance unwavering, a surge of relief washes over you, a smug satisfaction blooming in your chest. The scavenger's eyes you with increased distrust, while the hermit's grim expression doesn't change. Hey, how do they know I did this? It wasn't me. Protect Olivia. Well, let's see what happens now. Your attention snaps back to the moss-covered basin. The scent emanating from it is acrid. A mixture of old blood and something alien. It pulls at your thoughts, promising knowledge. Secrets you can't resist. You glance at the weathered sarcophagus, its stone surface worn smooth by the passage of time. You approach the basin, the cool stone of the floor, a gentle contrast to the heat building in your core. You reach out to the basin, your fingers hovering just above the surface. The vicious fluids within swirls, a hypnotic dance of dark colors. You hesitate. This feels wrong. You shift your focus, trying to analyze the sarcophagus first. You walk over to the withered sarcophagus. Its surface feels slick with moisture, a silent testament to the ages. You run your fingers along the intricate carvings, picturing scenes of a bygone era, a history lost to time. You attempt to probe the sarcophagus with your mind, seeking any clues that might aid in stabilizing the chamber. Well, it looks like Inko got fucking mind raped into doing this shit. Alright. Carefully examine the sarcophagus carvings for secrets. Forcefully probe the vicious fluid's origin with your mind. Casually attempt to clean the sarcophagus with your lint roller. We're going to mind rape the ooze. You close your eyes, focusing on the dark swirling fluid in the basin. You extend your mental tendrils, a delicate web of thought, towards the viscous substance. Resistance meets you immediately, the psychic barrier that pushes back against your intrusion. You push harder, visualizing the chaos Olivia described, the very fabric of the dimension unraveling. The barrier cracks, and a sliver of your consciousness pierces through. Like a needle through cloth, a flood of images assaults your mind. Twisted landscapes, impossible geometries, entities that defy description. The images hit you like a hammer blow, and you struggle to maintain control, fighting to keep your composure. A faint memory flickers, a celestial being, the embodiment of balance, fighting against a relentless tide of darkness. Then it vanishes, the connection severed, and you recoil, gasping for breath, your mind reeling. Psychic intrusion. There you go, we're involving. We should continue to gaslight Olivia. Manipulate memory. Oh wait, this needs one more turn. Okay, so it's not that overpowered. AI it is again. Ooh. Might wrap it up soon at this rate. Scavenger hisses, her grip tightening on the torch. The stony face hermit shifts, the sound echoing through the chamber. His eyes never leaving yours. Kai, his stance defensive, seems torn, his gaze darting between you and Olivia, a silent question on his face. Olivia, her form shimmering with barely contained energy, watches you intently, waiting. You focus on the sarcophagus, its weathered surface a canvas of cryptic symbols. You reach out, your mind probing, seeking a hidden mechanism, a forgotten inscription. The sarcophagus yields nothing. The stone cold and unyielding, you notice something else. A faint vibration emanating from within the weathered stone, a rhythmic pulse like a heartbeat. You grasp for the amulet, realizing its purpose. The amulet of fractured reflections now seems like your only hope. You realize you must shatter the sarcophagus and see what's inside. Well, we already know what's inside. The scavenger takes a step back, her fear evident. We already know what's inside. Oh, I guess it's been destroyed, and we get the fucking... the monkey's paw here. Hey, Olivia, make a wish. Intently focus on the sarcophagus and use the amulet. Quickly attempt to break open the sarcophagus with the belly. It's already broken. Casually offer the scavenger a silver lint roller. It's gonna keep doing that until I take it out of my inventory. In fact, fuck it. Unequipped. No more. No more. Wait, hold on. Go back. I can equip that? It is wieldable. That's crazy. Mummified hand. Resist depletion, 0%. 20% when equipped. Oh, the long curved blade, 7+ to intellect. They were like super smart. Enemy attack mitigation. So we, over half the time we can avoid damage. Or is it we avoid damage or we just mitigate like 64% of it? Resist depletion, 81.8% or 100% when equipped. So this thing will never break. That's crazy. Insane. Alright. Ugh. Inko's getting those legendary drops. You clutch the amulet, its cool surface grounding you. The fractured reflection flickers, mirroring the chaos within the basin, showing the unstable dimension crumbling around the chamber. You concentrate, focusing your will on the amulet, channeling your... Are we moving? Uh-oh. Channeling your mental energy, you merge it with the artifact's power. You point the amulet at the sarcophagus. The amulet begins to glow with an eerie light. The wave of energy surges out, rippling across the sarcophagus's surface. Cracks begin to spiderweb across the stone, and a low growl emanates from within. As the sarcophagus begins to give way, a faint golden light spills from the emerging fissures, illuminating the chamber in an unearthly glow. Chamber of ancient withered stone. Received item amulet. Channeling mental energy. There you go, Thinko. Illuminate the chamber. Withered worn sarcophagus has become NPC called Golden Light. No thank you. I'm gonna call it there. Right? Maybe Thinko can use his thoughts to increase the drop rate. I wonder. Well, we'll figure that for the next time. I'm yawning. I thought I got good sleep yesterday. I went to bed early because I was dead ass after doing something I shouldn't have, taking a medicine I probably shouldn't have, and was drag ass for most of the day. I went to bed around like 6, woke up at 10 p.m., went back to bed and woke up at 4. And now I'm still tired, so... We'll figure this out maybe next Friday, because I think I'm going to plan for Monday to finish up more of the WaniStanku content that's down the line. But yeah, that's the plan. Thinko, a literal psyker from 40k. I don't play 40k, so I don't know what that is. But yeah, we'll continue this. It's getting good, like, I wouldn't say like story-wise, but like equipment-wise. I think it was going to be spec'd out pretty good. I think we'll be overpowered by at least within the next playthrough, I assume. But yeah, I'm going to head off. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to get some sleep, and I'm going to try and be ready for Monday. So, hope to see you guys there.